It started like any other dull morning. I brewed my coffee, ignored my bills, and scrolled aimlessly through my phone until I remembered to check the mail. My mailbox is usually empty or full of junk coupons, credit card offers, the usual noise. But today there was only one item, a plain white envelope with no return address. No stamp either, just my full name written in precise, cursive handwriting. That alone was enough to unsettle me, but curiosity always wins out. I opened it. Inside was a single cream-colored card, the texture thick and formal, like a wedding invitation, except it wasn't a wedding. You are cordially invited to attend the funeral of my full name, date, today, time, sunset location, Redhill Cemetery, lot 43. That was it. No RSVP. No explanation. I laughed at first, one of those nervous, uncomfortable chuckles because it had to be a joke. Right? Maybe a dark prank. Maybe someone I pissed off wanted to mess with me. I snapped a picture of the invitation and sent it to a couple of friends with a sarcastic caption, "Guess I'll be late to my own funeral." Only one of them replied, just a laughing emoji. Still, something about it stuck with me, like a splinter in the back of my mind. I kept checking the clock, kept glancing at the sky, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. When I went outside again that afternoon, I saw something or someone across the street. A figure. Still watching. They stood by a lamppost, face obscured by a black hat pulled low. When a car passed by, they were gone. That's when I realized this wasn't a prank. This was a warning. I couldn't concentrate for the rest of the day. Every sound felt sharper, more deliberate, like the world was watching me, waiting for something. By late afternoon, I gave in. I had to see it for myself. I drove out to Redhill Cemetery just before sunset. It's an old place, barely maintained anymore. Cracked headstones, dry grass, and those twisted iron gates that creak for no reason at all. I parked just outside the entrance and walked in, clutching the card in my pocket like it was a map. The layout was simple, but I'd never been here before, certainly never to lot 43. It didn't take long to find it. There was a freshly dug grave. A clean, polished headstone stood at the edge, and the name carved into it was mine. Same birth date, same middle initial, no death date, just blank stone beneath the words. A thin white candle flickered beside the plot. It wasn't melted down. Someone had just lit it. That's when I heard it. Not a voice, not really. More like the absence of sound, forming words in my head. A vacuum whispering just beyond hearing. I spun around, expecting to see someone, anyone, but the cemetery was empty. Or at least, it should have been. Out of the corner of my eye, near the edge of the trees, I saw the figure again. Same black coat, same low hat, motionless, watching. I don't remember driving home. I don't remember unlocking my door or sitting down on the floor in my hallway. All I know is, when I looked at my phone, the time was exactly 11:43 p.m., the reverse of lot 43. And my phone had no signal. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw the candle, still flickering in the dark, and my own name staring back from the stone. I kept hearing sounds, faint knocks, like someone tapping gently on glass. My apartment has no basement, No shared walls. The sound had no source. Around 3 a.m., I finally got up and looked outside and saw myself. Not a reflection, not a dream. Something was standing at the end of the sidewalk, under the street light, dressed in my exact clothes. Same posture, same haircut, same face. But there was something wrong. Subtle at first, the tilt of the head, the stiffness of the limbs. Like a puppet copying its master. It didn't move when I stepped closer to the window. It didn't blink. And then, in perfect unison with my heartbeat, it smiled. Not a human smile. Too wide, too deliberate, as if it had learned the expression but didn't understand what it meant. I stumbled back and knocked over a lamp. When I looked again, it was gone. The next morning, there was a second envelope on my kitchen table. No footprints. No signs of forced entry. Just a new card, written in the same script. Thank you for attending. Return soon. I dropped it. It didn't flutter like paper should. It fell like stone. I tried to burn the card. I lit a match, dropped it onto the thick paper, and waited. But it didn't burn. The flame danced across it for a second, then vanished. The card remained cold to the touch. That's when I realized this wasn't just a warning. It was a contract. Over the next few days, things got worse. My reflection started acting out of sync again, not just lagging, but moving on its own, smiling when I wasn't, tilting its head like that thing under the streetlight. I stopped looking in mirrors altogether. The final straw came yesterday. I woke up and checked my phone. I had a new photo in my gallery. I never took it. It showed me lying in a coffin, eyes closed, hands folded, wearing the same clothes I had on in bed. The background was unmistakable. Redhill Cemetery, Lot 43. There was one last message, carved into the base of the photo like a watermark. See you soon. I haven't left my apartment since, but it doesn't matter. I hear footsteps in the hallway every night. Sometimes, the doorknob turns just slightly. Sometimes, I catch glimpses of movement just beyond the edge of the peephole. I don't think this thing wants to kill me. I think it already has. And I'm just living the last echo a loop it needs to finish before taking my place. If you ever get a letter with your name on it, don't open it. Don't go to the address. And whatever you do, don't let it smile.